One of the things that impressed me about CeeDee Lamb during training camp is during this year's training camp, CeeDee Lamb was talking about being available for the team, being a leader for the team. I mean, just really being that mature leader that this team needed to really push this team to the next level. And then last night against the Philadelphia Eagles, after CeeDee Lamb drops a pass, we see this. Why was CeeDee Lamb acting like this? What is going on with CeeDee Lamb? I'm going to tell you what's going on with CeeDee Lamb. I said it last night during my live, and now after hearing Dak Prescott say what he said, I believe everybody needs to hear what Dak Prescott said about CeeDee Lamb. I'm going to tell you what's going on with CeeDee Lamb too. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this video, don't forget at the end to please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time you post another video or go live. If you haven't become a channel member subscriber yet, please do. We have a lot of great things coming up in the future. Now let's talk facts. CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is frustrated. I don't want anybody to get this twisted. I know there's a lot of discussion going on about who's the best between CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Some people are mad about these discussions. Me, I'm not mad. And the reason why I'm not mad about these discussions is because when this season began, we said CeeDee Lamb was a top 3 wide receiver in the league. Well, if we're saying, or some people are saying, that George Pickens is better than CeeDee Lamb, then why are we mad? Because that means that we have 2 wide receivers who are top 3 in this league, or at the very least, top 5. But I do think what's happening is he is not jealous of George Pickens. He wants to see George Pickens succeed. Where CeeDee Lamb is struggling is that CeeDee Lamb wants to do what he knows that he's capable of, that he also should be performing at an elite level. And what's really turning this up is that he's not jealous of the George Pickens performance, but it's the fact that his performance is not matching it. And of course, it's blatantly obvious what people are starting to say about George Pickens. And I don't think he's really upset about what they're saying about George Pickens, but I do think it makes him a little bit upset what people are saying about George Pickens in relation to him, because it's not a knock on him to say that George Pickens is better than him. It only becomes a knock on him if he's not playing up to his own standards. And this is what I said last night, and this is what I believe is going on with CeeDee Lamb. And then when I woke up this morning and I listened to this and I played it on the live today, Dak Prescott justified everything that I was thinking last night.
Hey, Dak. Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com. Shifting to CeeDee a little bit, he had a lot of adversity over the majority of the game with the drops. You can see some of the frustration in his face. What was your message to him, and what can you say about his resiliency to keep his head level, to go down and make that play that you guys did on that free play?
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that expects to make a lot of plays, and when he's not making them, trust me, I've had games I felt the exact same way. And so for me, it was about, hey, don't press. Let's not ride the highs and the lows. You know, even if you've had a bad play or whatever, maybe let it go. Like, you're a hell of a player and you know it. And yeah, like you said, he made great plays and big plays. The big catch down the end and got the PI, would have been a touchdown right after that. Yeah, and when you press, and I've seen CeeDee do it, you're not going to.
This is the issue. CeeDee Lamb is pressing, but why is he pressing? Because as he said, when this first all came down, they got George Pickens and they were talking and they play off of each other. He makes a good play. Then he wants to come back and make another good play, a big play. And then George wants to make a big play. And they plan to go back and forth on this. But the problem is they actually haven't been going back and forth on this as much as they would have liked to. One of the things CeeDee Lamb said this year is he wanted to be available, didn't want to get injured. He got injured. CeeDee and George Pickens thrived in those games. And ever since then, George Pickens has been incredible. Dak Prescott and George Pickens have an incredible connection. And I don't even think that's bothering CeeDee Lamb. But I do think what's bothering CeeDee Lamb is that there seems to be a little bit of a lack of connection between him and Dak since he's coming off the injury. And he's not performing to his own standard after the injury. And this is why he's having this reaction that I showed in the beginning. Because CeeDee Lamb, he dropped 4 passes in the first game, and he was a part of the reason why they lost it. And he thought they were going to lose the game after this. I'm sure he thought they were going to lose the game. This is unacceptable. We can deal with you dropping the pass. But this is unacceptable. Get your head in the game, bro. It's embarrassing. And this is the very reason why, if I'm not mistaken, he kind of ducked the, if I'm not mistaken, they said he ducked the media last night. Because he knew they were going to ask him about the drops and he knew they were going to ask him about this. It's embarrassing. I hope he apologizes to the team for this type of behavior. This team doesn't deserve this type of behavior. He is too important to the team to be displaying this type of behavior. I hope Brian Schottenheimer talks to him, and I hope he gives Dak Prescott an apology. But I appreciate Dak Prescott because Dak Prescott in this press conference, we're going to hear the rest of it, and then we're going to get out of here. But Dak Prescott holds his own. Dak Prescott holds his own on CeeDee Lamb.
When you press, and I've seen CeeDee do it, you're not going to get the best version of yourself. I'm the same way. And so for me, it's like when I can tell he's getting in that position, it's just about talking to him. And he did a good job of responding and just staying with it and made the plays that he needed to make for us ultimately win this game. And he's a hell of a player, and he's going to get frustrated when he's not making the plays that he expects to make. But he will make those. He will make those. As you just said, yeah, it was some adversity tonight. And we've seen it before, and we've seen the way that he responds. So, hell, I look forward to him responding.
I love the support and the leadership of Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is very, very resilient. Doesn't let anything bother him. He's used to CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb had this meltdown in 2023 against the Green Bay Packers. I really thought we were beyond this. But CeeDee Lamb, once again, gets frustrated. And I know why he's frustrated. Because he's not performing at the level that he expects. And especially when you're watching George Pickens excel. He's not jealous of George Pickens excelling, but he's frustrated with the fact that he knows what level he can play at also, and how if both of them are on, man, they're going to be hard to stop. But this is why I'm thankful that this team has George Pickens. Because when CeeDee Lamb is going through something like this, how great is it to have a receiver like George Pickens that can pick up the slack? Because when we sign George Pickens may go through this as teams are going to, this year, they're probably going to start it this year especially. They're going to start probably putting 2 and 3 people on him, even though George called on 3 people on Sunday evening. We're going to need CeeDee Lamb to pick up the slack for George Pickens too. He's going to have an off game eventually. Or at least I say he is. Right now, he's playing like Superman. But y'all tell me what you think, man. CeeDee Lamb, again, we love CeeDee Lamb. I understand the pressure, man. I mean, you got to think, man, he's just think, man, he's on social media. These young folks, these young players are all on social media. He can see this stuff that people are saying. He can see people saying that George Pickens is better than him, and he can see all the memes about his hands and stuff like that. I'm sure he can see that stuff. But it doesn't bother you as much. But what's bothering him, it's not so much of what people are saying. It's the fact that he himself knows what he's capable of, and he's not doing it. And so, again, I don't want him to be pressing. And I don't want Dak Prescott to be pressing. I don't want Brian Schottenheimer to be pressing because Dak was pressing trying to get CeeDee Lamb the ball in the game, and there was just a total disconnection. And when Dak Prescott forces the ball to CeeDee Lamb, he makes mistakes. And we don't want Dak Prescott doing that against Kansas City because I'm telling y'all right now, I so love the resiliency this team showed last night and came back from 14 points. They were actually 21 points down, 14 points down at the half. They came back, held them to 21 points. The Cowboys scored 24 unanswered points. They won a very ugly game, a tale of two halves. But at the same time, you're not going to be able to do a lot of teams like that. And you're definitely not doing that to Kansas City on Thursday and think you're going to win. Y'all tell me what you think. CeeDee Lamb is pressing. He's got to stop doing it. Y'all tell me what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Until the next time, TC4L, God bless. Let's talk Cowboys when we talk facts. Peace.